Out in the blackest, most distant reaches of our solar system, something is pushing things around. A whole group of icy worlds are following these strange, clustered paths, almost like they're being herded by a massive, unseen object. For years, this cosmic anomaly has led some of the world's top astronomers to a stunning conclusion. There might be a giant planet lurking in the darkness, a true ninth planet just waiting to be discovered. This is the story of that hunt, a detective story written in the laws of gravity, where the clues are scattered across billions of miles, and the prime suspect is a world that would rewrite our understanding of the cosmos. The crime scene, if you want to call it that, is a region of space beyond Neptune called the Kuiper Belt. It's this frigid, dark expanse, filled with icy bodies left over from the formation of our solar system. For decades, we thought we had a pretty good handle on it. But then, astronomers started noticing something odd. A handful of the most distant objects out there, called extreme trans-Neptunian objects, or ETNOs, weren't moving randomly. Their orbits were all tilted in the same direction, all clustered together. Think about it like this. If you dropped a handful of marbles, you'd expect them to scatter everywhere, right? But what if you found 6 of them all lined up in a neat little row in the corner? You'd know something or someone put them there. That's the exact mystery astronomers were facing. The odds of this happening by chance were practically zero. Something had to be gravitationally shepherding these worlds. This cosmic puzzle landed right in front of astronomers Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin at Caltech. And at first, they were total skeptics. Their goal was actually to disprove the whispers of a hidden planet. They figured the clustering had to be a fluke, just a bias in where we happened to point our telescopes. But the more they ran the numbers, the more their computer simulations pointed away from coincidence and toward one single startling explanation. The data wasn't just suggesting a hidden object, it was practically screaming for it. Their calculations showed that a single massive planet, somewhere between 5 and 10 times the mass of Earth, could perfectly explain the bizarre orbits of all 6 of those objects. It would be like a giant, invisible shepherd, its immense gravity keeping its flock of icy worlds in their strange, aligned paths. Brown and Batygin, the guys who set out to debunk the whole thing, had suddenly become the leading proponents of one of the most exciting ideas in modern astronomy. The Planet 9 hypothesis was born. So what exactly is this phantom world they predicted? According to the models, Planet 9 is no small rock. It's a super-Earth, or a mini-Neptune, a type of planet we see all the time around other stars, but strangely, don't have in our own solar system. Its mass would be substantial, likely making it the 5th largest planet after Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. But it's the orbit of this place that is truly mind-boggling. It's thought to be on a hugely stretched-out path, swinging it incredibly far into deep space. At its closest, it might be a few hundred times farther from the Sun than we are, but at its most distant, it could be over 1,000 times farther away. 1 year on Planet 9, a single trip around the Sun could take a staggering 10,000 to 20,000 Earth years. And this isn't the first time we've hunted for a planet we couldn't see. Back in the 19th century, astronomers noticed that Uranus had a weird wobble in its orbit. They calculated that the gravitational pull of an unseen, more distant planet had to be the cause. They pointed their telescopes exactly where the math told them to look, and there it was, Neptune. The hunt for Planet 9 is history repeating itself, using the same laws of gravity to track down a ghost in our cosmic backyard. The search for a Planet X actually has a long and complicated history. The term was first used by astronomer Percival Lowell, who was also trying to explain wobbles in the orbits of the gas giants. His search famously led to the discovery of Pluto in 1930, and for decades Pluto was hailed as our 9th planet. But there was a problem. As we learned more, we realized Pluto was tiny, way too small to have any real gravitational effect on planets like Uranus and Neptune. It wasn't Planet X after all. Then in 2006, the story took another twist. After finding other Pluto-sized objects out in the Kuiper Belt, the International Astronomical Union reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet. For a lot of us, it felt like a demotion, a loss. The solar system suddenly seemed smaller, but the Planet 9 hypothesis has reignited that sense of wonder. This isn't a search for a small, icy world like Pluto. This is a hunt for a true giant, a world that would reclaim the title of the ninth planet and fundamentally alter the map of our home. Finding Planet 9, though, is one of the greatest challenges in modern astronomy. It's predicted to be so far away that it reflects almost no sunlight, making it incredibly faint and ridiculously hard to spot. It would also be crawling at a snail's pace against the backdrop of distant stars. It's a true cosmic scavenger hunt. Astronomers are using a few different methods. Wide-field surveys like the Pan-STARRS telescopes in Hawaii take pictures of huge parts of the sky over and over, looking for the faintest pinprick of light that has moved. Others have scanned the skies with infrared telescopes like NASA's WISE spacecraft, hoping to catch the faint heat signature from a cold, distant world. So far, these searches have ruled out anything the size of Jupiter or Saturn out there. But a Neptune-sized world could still easily be hiding. The search has even been opened up to citizen scientists. Projects like Backyard Worlds, Planet 9 invite people like you and me to help sift through telescope data, looking for that telltale movement of a distant object. It's a monumental task, but the chance of being the person who discovers a new planet has inspired thousands to join in. Since the idea was first proposed, the evidence has continued to build. More distant objects have been found with orbits that seem to fit the Planet 9 model, but not everyone is convinced. Some astronomers argue that the clustering we see is just an illusion, a bias caused by the fact that we've only searched small patches of the sky. It's possible we're only seeing the objects that happen to line up. In fact, some recent surveys, like the Dark Energy Survey, found hundreds of new trans-Neptunian objects and concluded that there's no statistically significant evidence of clustering. They argue that other physical forces could explain the orbits we see. New discoveries of distant objects with orbits that don't fit the pattern also challenge the idea that a single shepherd is responsible. Other scientists have even proposed alternative theories, from the collective gravity of a huge disk of smaller icy bodies to wilder ideas like needing a new theory of gravity altogether. The debate is fierce, and the only way to settle it is to actually find something. In early 2025, the hunt took a dramatic turn. A team of astronomers, including Planet 9's own Konstantin Batygin, announced they had found a promising candidate in old data from two different surveys. By looking for a slow-moving object that had shifted its position over 23 years, they isolated a faint signal that behaved just like a distant planet should. This candidate, if it's real, is estimated to have a mass between 7 and 17 times that of Earth, putting it closer to Neptune's size, and located somewhere between 500 and 700 times farther from the Sun than we are. But here's the twist. The proposed orbit for this object doesn't really match the original Planet 9 hypothesis that was created to explain the clustering. Mike Brown himself has said that if this new object is real, it's 100% not Planet 9 and might even challenge the original theory. It's a tantalizing and confusing development. We might be on the verge of finding a new planet, but it might not be the one we were looking for, which would open up a whole new set of cosmic questions. The search for Planet 9 is still one of the most compelling mysteries in science. It's a story that perfectly captures what discovery is all about. A weird observation, a bold idea, and a determined hunt filled with controversy, dead ends, and tantalizing hints. We're left on a cosmic cliffhanger. The evidence is alluring, but the proof is still just out of reach. The final chapter of this story will likely be written by the Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile, which is set to begin its massive, decade-long survey of the southern sky in 2025. With its incredible power, Rubin is our best shot at finally settling the debate. It will either find this phantom world moving slowly through the darkness, or it will search the sky so completely that we can finally say it isn't there. For now, we watch and wait, staring out into the vast, dark frontier of our own solar system, wondering if a giant, hidden sibling has been waiting for us to find it all along. The solar system as we know it might just be the beginning. If you enjoyed this journey to the edge of our solar system in search of unknown realms still unfound, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Celestial Theories for more cosmic mysteries. And let us know in the comments. After all this, do you think Planet 9 is really out there? What about Nibiru? Until next time, family. Thanks for watching.